Yo, 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 yo.
You know the fucking vibe.
That shit was dramatic as fuck. Oh, man. I gotta have a eulogy for the Las Vegas Raiders 2022-23 season. Damn. Over before it began. I'm so disappointed. But I'm excited to be here on episode 118 of the Puro Caballero Show. You know what it is. You know the fucking vibes. How we doing? How are you? Yeah, we've gotten and survived week 2. Now we on to week 3. And looking forward to week 4 of the NFL season. Might as well get right into it, man. RIP to my Las Vegas Raiders. It's so sad. I still want to call them the Oakland Raiders. It's sad turn of events of what happened. I don't know if you guys paid attention, but Kyler Murray pulled off a crazy comeback in a week full of crazy comebacks in NFL in week 2. I can't believe that happened. And then another disappointing outcome in week 3 against Tennessee. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, folks? Oh, forgot to let you guys know. Yeah. It is late as fuck, and I'm tired as hell, and I'm irritated once again over here talking about this Raiders team. But it is now, what is it, September 27th? So, yeah, in the middle of this NFL season, we keep moving along. A lot of shit to talk about, a lot going on. A lot of offseason storylines in the NBA, crazy shit going on there. Some spicy news going on across the pond, I guess. Big fat Vienna sausage fingers taking the throne. Let's see. We got some other shit going down in the States as well. But yeah, let's just get right into it, man. I'm fucking disappointed for this Raiders season, man. 0-3 to start the year. I feel like the team was like legitimately 3 plays away from being 3-0. But them be the fucking breaks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can have as many excuses as you want to, but ultimately you got to get the job done. And that Raider coaching staff has not done that yet. A lot of question marks regarding what the hell they're doing on offense. Maybe the lack of pressures on defense, possibly. Lot of question marks. Clock management issues, I want to say the last game and a half, 2 games. Yeah, man, I think it's there's a litany of shit going down, and it's not like super egregious, but it's like little things where they just add up, and it's just I wouldn't say uncharacteristic because this franchise is known for having mental mistakes and mental errors, but they had a few things break their way, and they still couldn't get capitalize on it. Down 2 touchdowns going into halftime. They squandered a couple opportunities to get right back into the game. They got a pick, and then they got a stop on 4th and 1 against a team that was like running the ball pretty damn well against them all game. So it's like, what the hell, man? So those are 2 blown opportunities. And then just like right at the end, they have that crazy comeback with Matt Collins catching that 4th down pass and then catching the touchdown right at the end. Weren't able to get that 2-point conversion, and that's the game. Lose by 2 points. But damn, man, like a lot of questions. I know they try to get Wall the ball a bit, but like, man, he got leveled on that last throw, that last play. He had another one where it was like thrown behind him, and it got tipped for a pick, which I don't think is Waller's fault. I don't know. It's hard to say because he would have led him into a safety and he would have got demolished. So that shit would have been devastating. He did take a big hit anyway, but man, Devontae Adams though, like the man you paid like what $100 and something million to go get from Green Bay, and you're not throwing him the ball. Like what the hell's going on? Throw Devontae the ball. Devontae needs to eat. Get him his servings. God damn it, man. I understand taking advantage of matchups, like if certain guys are getting double teamed or shadowed in one way, a lot of attention on defense, you got to go to the other people, right, to keep them honest. But at a certain point, you do have to feed the beast, right? You got to let that man cook a little bit and just do some magic because he's done that shit before. We've seen it happen. Let him win those matchups where he's not necessarily open, but you can still get him the ball. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't fault Carr more if he had more turnovers, but he was trying to get the ball to him than kind of failing hitting your third and fourth option on a pass play. You know what I mean? Like, and then not being able to run the ball consistently through 2 solid halves. That's also a big problem. Because they got Jacobs going like a little bit in there in the third quarter, but they couldn't sustain that shit for the rest of the game. So like, it's problems. Thought Chandler Jones would be able to get a little bit more pressures by this point, but that's another thing to question. They've been banged up a bit in the secondary, so can't be too critical there. But like, man, yeah, man, it's like so close for that team. It's just, I don't know. Like, I feel better about the Raiders' overall talent and than I do against teams that have like 2 wins in the NFL. So it doesn't make sense. It does not make full sense, but it's just fucking frustrating, man. I think the stat was since like 2000, teams have like a 5% chance of making the playoffs after going 0-3. So like, it has happened, but like, damn, it is slim to none. So like, RP to the Raiders, man. That was fucking very quick. A lot of questions about Derek Carr. A lot of questions about Josh McDaniels, new head coach. Had apparently a long meeting with the owner, Mark Davis, after the game. So we'll see what comes of that. That's never a good sign when you got to have an extended conversation to talk the shit out. A lot of questions like, what the fuck's going on? Like, and the owner, he wasn't even there for the home opener, which we'll get into later. I kind of agree for him, but like, yeah, we'll talk about that a little later. But damn, man, so disappointing. A lot of craziness going on in the NFL. As always, this is a fucking rough and tumble league. There's always injuries. There's always drama. There's always storylines. Yeah, let's go back to week 2, shall we? Because there was a lot of shit that happened in that week. As I mentioned, the crazy comebacks. Kyler Murray, man, what did he run? Like 80 yards on that 2-point conversion against the Raiders and got that shit done. I was utterly disappointing because it felt like they had that game right in the bag. Kyler looked like he was lost out there, just like zoning out and just like not paying attention, but like pulled that shit out of his ass and just got the victory, man. Raiders snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, I guess. Is that apt, I guess? I don't know. It was frustrating as hell here sitting watching the game, man. That shit was boo-boo, man. That shit was boo-boo. Besides that, though, there was a couple other big comebacks. I saw Miami. They came back from, I think it was like 3 touchdown deficit against Baltimore and got the victory in the fourth quarter. Tua, I think he threw like 6 touchdowns, had a bajillion yards. Waddle and Tyreek Hill both went off with like over 100 receiving yards and like 2 touchdowns each. So it was like fantasy football heaven there. I like Baltimore went off on offense too. Lamar Jackson had like a 75-yard run for a touchdown. He had like a long touchdown throw as well. Yeah, he was just killing them. And then Baltimore defense, I would say uncharacteristically, but the last couple of years they've been kind of like on the downturn. So yeah, gave it up. And more to Miami's credit, I'd say, on that big comeback, because I mean, a lot of haters, a lot of doubters, but Tua did his thing on that Sunday, and he continued that into this week. We'll get into that, but the last comeback that happened, it was the Jets in Cleveland. Joe Flacco, old ass Joe Flacco, had one more comeback in him, and yeah, it was like a minute 30, busted coverage, gets a quick touchdown. I think it was to Garrett Wilson, and then they get an onside kick. The kicker fakes like he's gonna kick it to the right side, goes over to the left side. Touches a defender, bounces back to the Jets. They recover. First, I think, onside of the season. So congrats to the Jets special teams there. Very difficult play to pull off. So they get that ball back, and then like 3 or 4 plays later, they like march down the field and they get a touchdown like on a slant throw with like plenty of time left. It was like 40 or 50 seconds left in the game. So Cleveland still had an opportunity to do something, but they ended up throwing an interception to end the game, give the Jets the first victory of the season. So it was 3 crazy comebacks happen in week 2. A lot of wild shit. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, there was that whole brawl between the Bucks and the Saints. They always get into it every time they've played each other since Tom Brady's been coming in. Yeah, man. We talk about the Browns. What up, Manila? How we doing? Shout out DJ Manila Ice. How we feeling? Yeah, man. That was that was ridiculous. I forgot to mention the head coach, or I don't think it was the head coach. I think it was probably like one of the owners or something. Like their kids had like sideline passes and were ready to like storm the field and go on the 50-yard line and celebrate the win. And they complete that touchdown, and the whole place goes like silent, and they're looking around, looking like all confused, like what the hell's going on? Like, oh, that was probably devastating. They just showed the coach, and Stefanski was just sitting there, just like all pissed off. He's like, I can't believe this shit just happened, like all perplexed and kerfuffled and distraught. he was in shambles, man. He was like, what the fuck? And I feel his pain, man. They thought that they had that victory sealed up. Yeah, they missed it at PAT. That was the reason they ended up not having enough points at the end. They lost by 1. So yeah, exactly. Missed that PAT. That was crazy. So they're debuting their new logo in midfield. Their new old logo, I guess. It was like Brownie the Elf. Everyone was like, what the fuck? Why is there an elf in the middle of the field? This looks crazy. Got some cartoon shit. This is wild. But yeah, it was like they always blame the fans because they were like, it went to a fan vote. I mean, like, what's the other option? They probably just had like the helmet again. What, just like Cleveland in letters, bold letters? Like, what? Ooh, exciting. Like, oh man, should just get like a big toilet and just stencil that shit in the middle, man. I shouldn't talk, man. My fucking Raiders are already out of this freaking season. It's been 3 games. Fucking disappointing. Yeah. You think it would be the Raiders who would have more people employed who would have checkered past like your guys' quarterback. All right. I'm taking shots at Cleveland, man. What's up with this? What else is happening? Oh yeah, we're talking about Bucks and Saints. Yeah, so ever since Tom Brady's been in Tampa, Saints always give him a run for their money, and they've had a good record against them. I think Tampa just beat them in the playoffs last year, and that was the first time they've done, or 2 years ago. Something like that. Anyway, so yeah, there's beef between these two teams, and it was crazy. There was Marshawn Lattimore, one of the quarterbacks. He yaps. He be talking like crazy, and he was talking shit over to Tampa, to the Bucs sideline. And I think it all started because Bruce Arians, who's the former head coach, who's now supposed to be like an advisor with the team, who's like, I guess was quote unquote kind of demoted because Brady didn't like him. And that's why they got Todd Bowles and they promoted him to head coach, I guess. That was the rumor in the offseason. He's got a weird title role anyway, he's still employed by the team. He's on the sideline. I don't know what's he doing there, talking shit to players on the field and getting Lattimore into a shouting match with them, who, like, Brady's right next to him. He starts talking shit to Brady, and then when that happens, that's when like the whole team comes to try to back him up. And then you got Leonard Fournette, who goes over there, starts pushing and shoving him, and then Marshawn pushes him back, and then out of nowhere comes Mike Evans, and he comes bam, and he just collides with him, and he starts like pushing him, throwing punches, and shit was going off at that point. And yeah, and then they got it all settled out, and then they ended up ejecting both those guys, and Mike Evans got suspended. He missed this last week, so shit's getting weird. Shit's getting what the fuck was that? Shit's getting wild. Shit's getting weird. What the fuck? Talking's hard sometimes, guys. I don't know. English is weird. The fuck was someone clip it. Oh shit. The Browns going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Go for it. You deserve it, man. Anybody who's from Cleveland and is legit diehard Browns fan, you deserve it if they go to the Super Bowl at some point. Oh man. That would be dope. They have a Bernie Kosar just like headshot at midfield. Cartoon version of Bernie. Hair flowing. That'd be dope. Yeah, man. What else happening? What else going on? Oh yeah. Let's see. Trey Lance, he had a devastating injury. I wish him the speediest of recoveries. Ended up what was it? Broken ankle, out for the season, more than likely. So in comes Jimmy G. He got the victory week 2. Did not look so hot last week against the Broncos. Put up 10 points, ran out of the back of the end zone, got a safety that was ultimate difference maker in the scoreline. They lost 11-10. That like never happens. Looks like more like a baseball score than anything. It's freaking crazy. Let's see what else. Broncos somehow 2-1, but not looking very hot. A lot of questions about the head coach. The home crowd's helping him out with the snap count because he doesn't know what the hell's going on. Nathaniel Hackett out there getting dudes to come out of retirement just to help him with his clock management skills and shit, which, I mean, if you know your weak spot, you got to shore it up, I guess, but not looking so hot there. Russ Wilson looking like he's overpaid at the moment, which I'm not mad at. So Raiders play the Broncos this next week. So dude, I pray the Raiders get able to beat them, man. Yeah, I guess that just to beat them and to beat Kansas City at least once would just make the season for me at this point, because it's like 0-3, man. That's so disappointing, man. Just keep throwing at Devontae, man. He's fucking supposed to be blowing up my fantasy team, but like, come on, man. I know he's got a touchdown every game, but once he gets that touchdown, you can keep throwing him the ball. Like, there's nothing that says you could stop. You got to stop doing that, all right? So, boy. What else? Bengals, they lost to the Cooper Rush-led Cowboys. Cooper Rush out here doing things. Got the victory on Monday night in week 3 as well. So 2 wins for Cooper, filling in for the injured Dak Prescott. Not too shabby there. Bengals looking kind of in disarray. They did get a victory against the Jets. It's always like, but it was the Jets kind of thing. So they're 1-2 coming off of that Super Bowl performance last season. Some people said they were a year early. It seemed like they were in a better position to start this season than they were to start last season, but so far results haven't been there. But 17 games, they still got a little ways away. They got a little wiggle room, but just avoid the 0-3s. I think the Raiders might be the only franchise right now that's 0-3, so that's very disappointing. Very, very sad. Terrible. Might have to check that stat. I think that's accurate. Don't quote me, boy. What else happened? Colts. They they looked horrible the first 2 weeks. They got a tie week 1. Week 2, they lose to the Jaguars, which I feel like now gives the Jaguars a little more respect because they had a great performance in the 3rd week against the Chargers. But yeah, they looked horrible. They got dominated against the Jags, but then they turned it around and ended up having an upset victory against Kansas City in their home opener this last Sunday. So props to them for being able to knock the Chiefs off. It looked like they had a great chance to go 3-0 there, but yeah, man. We'll see how that goes. It was still like very up and down game, and a lot of things ended up breaking right for them. So let's see if they can bottle more luck or create more luck themselves. But man, Matt Ryan, he's looking a little washed. I don't know. Just gonna have another quarterback come in next season. What is this, like 4 or 5 QBs in a row since Luck retired? Just churning them out. Jacoby Brissett. What else they have? There was a Phillip Rivers season in there. Carson Wentz, and then who are we at now? Matt Ryan. Boom. It's a lot of quarterbacks. Yeah, give Jonathan Taylor the ball. I think he's a pretty good player. I think if he gets a lot of touches, your team tends to do very well. So, yeah, there's that. What else? Yeah, like I mentioned, Trey Lance looks like he's gonna miss some time. Bills Micah Hyde, star safety for the team. He's gonna miss the remainder of the season due to a neck injury. That was after week 2. So very unfortunate, big loss for a team that's looking to get to the Super Bowl, one of the early favorites to make it all the way there. Their defense is getting pretty banged up. Their secondary especially, because I want to say they're still missing Tre'Davious White from ACL injury that he suffered last season in the middle of the year. So yeah, they got a lot going on. Couple moves made. Patriots, they traded offensive tackle Justin Herron and a 2024 7th rounder to the Raiders for a 24 6th rounder. Dude, learn the playbook as fast as you can because you will be out there in the rotation more than likely. So I'm not even sure if you even played in week 3, but man, they definitely need offensive line help. There was porous, bad. A lot of Derek Carr throwing the ball away because he can't get time and space to get a throw over the middle of the field. So it's been a problem. It's been an issue. As somebody who played the offensive line, it is very frustrating. It's just like, God, do something. Come on, do something. All right, let's see what else. What else did I miss? Week 3, like I said, Raiders disappointing. Colts crazy upset against Kansas City. Oh yeah, Dolphins and Bills. Since we're talking about the Bills, oh my goodness, they had a ridiculous game this last Sunday. Props to the Miami Dolphins and Tua for getting another victory, which I didn't even think he'd make it past halftime because this dude suffered probably was a concussion. Back of the head slams against the turf after a hit, and he gets up and he's wobbly and he's like woozy and he like falls into the arms of one of his offensive linemen who has to help him up. And at that point, I see that replay and I'm like, okay, he's probably done for the day. Who's their backup? Okay, Bridgewater. All right, he might do okay. We'll see how they do. And nope, he ended up coming back and leading the team to victory, which most of the points were scored prior to that injury. I will say that. It was a low-scoring affair down there in Miami. But, yeah, what ended up happening is the Bills' offense, they stayed on the field. They couldn't get too many explosive plays, but they were out there churning. I think they had like 90-something plays, 94, 96 plays. And Miami had like 49 or something like that. It's like, damn, almost doubled them up. They're on the field twice as long. So it was crazy. It was a crazy turn of events. Josh Allen had a throw at the end. It looks like he got a little banged up and went incomplete. And they also had that last-second opportunity to spike the ball and try to get the field goal kicker out there. Unable to get the snap off in time. Offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey up in the booth. She's getting crazy. He's throwing the tablet. He's punching, throwing his papers. He's punching the wall. He's doing crazy shit. And they catch him on camera. And one of his fellow coaches comes over and just like covers the camera. He's just like, oh shit, y'all shouldn't see this right now. And they showed it on the national broadcast. He's just like, fuck. And they're like, maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't see that. So yeah, that was a hilarious moment. But I totally feel for that dude, man. That was frustrating. He's just like, oh man, like the last second, like, I'm watching it, I'm like, what the fuck? He's right there. Just let him spike it. Get set. And they're like right there, and they almost get it off. They was like second and a half too late, and by the time he they blow the whistle, he like tries to spike it. Josh Allen does, and the ref blows the whistle and calls it game. They turn to him and it's just like, motherfucker, god damn it, son of a bitch. There's been so many ridiculous memes with that shit. It's been awesome content. Good job, internet. You guys are undefeated. So yeah, that was probably the game of the week. Bills get knocked off, upset. More big games from Jalen Waddle. Tyreek, a little bit of a downer, but hey, they got a crazy duo over there. And it was interesting to see how they're going to make it work. A lot of people are real critical of Tua's arm and his accuracy downfield, but so far so good for them. catching them a lot, crossing routes. A lot of blown coverages against Baltimore, I will say that. So that definitely helps. But yeah, they're looking like they're going to try to compete in the AFC East. Patriots are looking down. Jets are looking pretty down. So it's going to be Bills Mafia versus Dolphins, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who continues doing well there. I'm pretty sure Bills were thrown off too by the weather down in Miami. It was pretty hot. I will have to say, best safety to everybody in the state of Florida with the new hurricane coming by. I think it's, what is it, Ian? Something like that. Hurricane. It's with an I. It's just, yeah, Hurricane Ian. That shit's rolling through. So stay safe, Florida. Stay safe, homies. Wish nothing but the best for you guys. Get out if you need to. Y'all know what to do more than I do. I can say what I want to, but that don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. Just be safe. Just be safe. What else happened this week? Oh yeah, we had Tampa taking on Green Bay up in Wisconsin, and or was it Wisconsin? Or was it in Tampa? I think it was in Tampa. I don't know. Regardless, I think it was in Tampa. No, it was in Tampa. It was in Tampa because it's a controversial ending. Yeah, it was. I don't want to say like a rock fight. The week before, it was more of a rock fight. It was between Tampa and New Orleans, but this game, I guess, it was a little bit more of an explosive output. There was, from what I saw, it was like a depleted Tampa Bay receiving core. Missing Julio Jones. They had Mike Evans suspended. Chris Godwin's still not back yet. So those are the three top receivers. So they were left with like Russell Gage and like Scotty Miller and Brashad Perriman. These are like receivers 4, 5, and 6 on the depth chart. So the fact that we're even competing is like a credit to Brady there and the defense. They still have a very, very talented defense. So the Bucs, I think, are still going to be a decent team. But yeah, Green Bay looks like they're kind of bringing it together. They got young receivers, young team kind of molding together. So Aaron Rodgers, he looked impressive to start the game, had a couple touchdowns, stayed on 2 touchdowns there, but they were able to hold on for the victory. Yeah, close battle. But it was controversial at the end of the game because apparently the person who's controlling the camera shots, they had apparently like a pretty HD view of Byron Leftwich's tablet, which has the plays, and it had the play calling on there. And apparently Aaron Rodgers looked up at the Jumbotron and saw that and was just like, okay, let me tell the defensive coordinator what I just saw. I think they're running this. And they were able to stop him on the 2-point conversion at late in the game. After Tampa had scored, I think it was like Russell Gage scored a touchdown. So yeah. Pretty wild shit. Let's see. Oh, Jags, they get an impressive victory, as I mentioned, over the Chargers. Oh, dude, Justin Herbert, he's been going through it. They played on Thursday night, week 2, and he got like 4 ribs injured. He had like not broken ribs, but he had like bruised cartilage or something like that. It was like just under like a severe injury. And so he went out and continued playing the rest of that game, but then it was really questionable as to whether he was going to play the next game, and he was pushing to try to get like a shot. Granted, the Chargers team doctor is the same team doctor who also punctured a lung for Tyrod Taylor, who was trying to administer like a shot to him in his back. So I'm not sure if that's necessarily the guy you want to ask on to like help you medically and stuff like that. First off, like, how is he still employed with the team? And second off, who the fuck licensed this guy? I don't know. I understand that there's like sometimes like a very minute chance that there's like something can happen like that during a medical procedure, but like, damn, how is Tyrod not like pursuing legal cases for like medical malpractice against the guy? Like, man, that dude cost him opportunity to start, and Herbert ended up playing the rest of the season. Granted, he probably deserved to play, but he was a rookie though, so he was young. So I mean, like, that could have cost him some money right there, man, because he never came back and he never played the rest of the year. I think it took him like 3 weeks to even be active and being able to play again if needed. So yeah, so Herbert had to avoid the doctor along with avoiding the pass rush this last week, and apparently he didn't do enough to get the job done because they got demolished pretty easily against Lawrence Taylor and the Jaguars, the young Jags coming together. Looks like Christian Kirk is worth the money, I guess, man. They've been throwing him the ball a lot, and he's been producing. So, yeah, man, I think Urban Meyer was that shitty of a coach, man. I think it was that bad. It was that bad for him because Doug Peterson, he's like a revelation for that franchise right now. They're like, oh my God, who the fuck this is manna from heaven right here, man. We don't have a guy who's out there kicking our kickers and partying, not even flying home on team planes and whatnot. So yeah, Jack's coming through. Thank you for knocking the Chargers down another peg. It seems like the Chargers, they have the worst injury luck. They keep getting everybody and anyone banged up. I think it's Keenan Allen missed the game with the groin injury. I want to say Herbert was dealing with his issues. I want to say who else? Bosa week to week, he has a groin injury. They lost Rashawn Slater, their left tackle. They're one of their young stud offensive linemen, most likely to the whole year. I'm missing a few. I know Derwin James missed the first couple games of the season. I can't remember if he played in the week 3 or not. Dude, it's like everyone. I think I didn't mention Mike Williams, but I feel like he's somewhere on the injury report, and I'm just forgetting something because this dude is literally that's his. He has a residency on the injury report on the IR. You know, some DJs or performers have residencies in Vegas. That's where he's at. He's on the banged up list. That's where he's that's where he's constantly at. That's where you see him. Get him a bottle, give sparklers. He can use the pick me up more often than not. It's either that or he's mossing somebody for a touchdown. It's like one or the other. So yeah, Chargers all banged up. Mac Jones looks like he's gonna miss some time. Patriots a little banged up there. Suffered a high ankle sprain, a really nasty injury. Calais Campbell falling on top of him, like right at the end of the game between the Patriots and Baltimore this last weekend. Lamar, crazy, terrific again. He playing like MVP level Lamar, maybe even better. Just running away from guys. He's like almost 20 pounds heavier than he has been the rest of his career. So like that dude is a beast. That dude is amazing. And yeah, every moment you get to see Lamar Jackson out there playing is just like a treat. And I hope he gets his money. I hope he earns it this season. So unfortunately, Mac Jones, he's not gonna get a chance to earn his money because he'll be out for a few weeks. Brian Hoyer, he's gonna play for the Pats, so like not looking so hot there. So yeah, East is looking like it's gonna probably be Miami and Buffalo competing for it, which is something we haven't said since maybe the 90s. I don't know, 98. The Pats were in that mix back then, maybe 93, 92, I don't know. Crazy. A lot of different changes. Speaking of crazy stuff happening, a ridiculous, unfortunate news. Defensive end from the Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett, he suffered minor injuries. Fortunately, non-life-threatening injuries because he got into a car crash and his car ended up flipping over. Apparently after practice, it was him and some female, I guess a friend of his or somebody he knew was in the car, and they were transported to the hospital. So like, fortunately, everyone's okay, everyone's safe. There's no fatalities at all with the accident, but he had multiple sprains and lacerations. So who knows if he's gonna play this weekend? That man is a beast. That man is something else physically. So my bet is that he'll end up playing, but like that's kind of crazy. Got him getting in a car accident. Apparently there's no foul play involved. He wasn't drunk or under the influence or anything like that. So Maybe just sleep at the wheel, distracted driving. Who knows? Who knows what the hell happens? But that's all the details we've seen and heard from that. So Cleveland definitely needs him. He's like a leader on that team. That dude is a beast. Hell of a player. Let's see. What else? What other NFL news? It was announced that Rihanna's going to be the Super Bowl halftime show. First halftime show that's going to be sponsored by Apple Plus, which I found interesting because now, what was it, Pepsi? They had sponsored it for like the last 20 years. They're no longer the sponsor there. So Rihanna's got to deal with them. So I think through Rock Nation. So hooked it up, and now she's going to be performing a halftime show. So we'll see if what hits she ends up playing. Umbrella, all her crazy big ones. I don't know. It's 1.5 million hits. It's gonna be super poppy, and it's gonna have all the females entertained for that portion of the spectacle, I guess, because they're gonna be all like, "Oh my God, how many wardrobe changes and everything." There's gonna be probably so many prop bets on that. Will she play Pon de Replay? Like, how far back will she go in her catalog? Yeah. Will she have any guests come out? Will she do any featured songs? All that shit I'm sure is gonna be on the prop bets in Vegas. Man, this last year I didn't do too good on the prop bets for the halftime show. Unfortunate. Yeah, better luck next year, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll bet the over-under on wardrobe changes. If it's at 1.5, I'll bet the over. But if it's at 2.5, that might be tough. 3 wardrobe changes in a Super Bowl halftime show is tough. It's like 15-minute performance. It's doable. I feel like people have done it, but I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of big events in the NFL calendar, the Pro Bowl is now no longer. Longtime fixture for 71 years. It followed the NFL Championship, or what was later known as the Super Bowl. Once the merger happened, it is no longer going to happen. It will no longer occur. Apparently now they're going to have a flag football tournament or a game or something between NFC and AFC. And then they'll have a bunch of skills competitions, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for that. Because back in the day, before the Pro Bowl, they used to have a whole bunch of stuff. They'd have like Larry Allen doing bench presses, challenging himself, outbenching everybody. They'd have the quarterback throw, where you'd be like throwing who could throw the farthest. They have the accuracy competitions, who could hit the targets, get the high score, all that stuff. So that part of it would be cool. I remember last year they did a bunch more of that too. They did like obstacle courses and dodgeball. I liked how they had the dodgeball teams. That was a cool little wrinkle there. So we'll see what happens. The flag football game, I don't know what to feel about that. But yeah, the Pro Bowl in itself was something that it's kind of like, we're kind of like whatever about it, right? The players weren't really playing 100%, and it was just kind of like, what are we doing out here? We're trying to make sure not mess the bread up. So nobody wanted to get injured, and I understand. I get it. I think the only person who took that shit like as the most serious was like Sean Taylor. He used to like just level punters and just whoever was out there. He was going 120%. He was something else. RP Sean Taylor. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think it's gonna still take place in Vegas. I know last year they did the Pro Bowl there. I think that'll be the new home for that whole postseason spectacle, whatever they call it from now on. But speaking of Vegas, we got to give a big shout out to the WNBA squad, the franchise, also owned by Raiders owner Mark Davis. So that's the reason why he wasn't there game 2 of the NFL season. He was celebrating the Las Vegas Aces getting a victory in the WNBA. Big shout out to the MVP this season. Stockton's own, St. Mary's own, Chelsea Gray. What up? Yeah, she got the WNBA Finals MVP this season. So very much congratulations in store for Chelsea and the rest of the squad. I know Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum. They balled out. So congratulations to them. They got to knock off the Connecticut Sun in the final. And spectacular fashion. So biggest of shout outs there. It's cool being able to see somebody who I went to high school with actually become a champion. That's pretty dope. Multiple times over. She won with the Sparks, but this year with the Aces, I guess she's was able to make sure that she's had a stamp on the season. And what better way than winning the MVP when it matters most at the end of the year. So congratulations are in store. Live it up. All right, we can still a little bit more basketball news. We can go international basketball. There was the Eurobasket tournament happening over in Europe between the representatives of different countries, and it ended up coming down to Spain and France in the final, and it looked like Spain took this one. They beat France, led by the Hernan Gomez brothers, Willie and Juancho Hernan Gomez. If you've seen the movie, the Adam Sandler movie, what is it, Hustle, I think, on Netflix, that would be him. It is, what was his name in that movie? The hell was his name in that movie? Can't I think of it? Why can't I think of it? Hustle, Adam Sandler. Hustle movie. Yep. Bo Cruz. Yeah, that was Juancho. Juancho played Bo Cruz. So yeah, that was a cool movie. So yeah, those two brothers, they both came out in the movie actually. They got it done against Rudy Gobert. Who else is on France? Frank Ntilikina, Evan Fournier, and etc. and others. They got that shit done. There was let's see what else. I think that's it on the tournament. But yeah, that's just big. That's hardcore. I know. It was huge for your European basketball player out there. That shit's ginormous. I know Luka put up a crazy big numbers. Giannis had some ridiculous stats out there too, playing for the Greek team. So, congrats on Spain. They're kind of on a new era. They've, their older players have kind of retired. The Gasol brothers have moved on. That whole kind of generation of players have kind of like phased out of the team. So they got a whole new crop of younger guys. I don't know if Ricky Rubio's still playing on that team, but yeah, a lot of dudes have kind of passed through there, and they've had a lot of success in the Olympics and other international tournaments in the past. So yeah, Spain, they're trying to renew themselves and trying to do it again. Let's see, more NBA off the court news. LeBron signed a new 2-year, $97.1 million extension with the Lakers, so he's gonna stay in Los Angeles for a few more seasons. I think it was this year and next year he had a player option on his contract. So yeah, that'll be extended another 2 seasons. So yeah, looks like he'll be here in La La Land. I don't know if he's producing any more movies or whatnot. No more Space Jams coming out. We will see. Lakers also bringing back Dennis Schroeder though to their backcourt. He returned on a reported 1-year, $2.6 million deal. It was a controversial exit on his way out, and looks like he couldn't find himself any work elsewhere. So, yep, back to the Lakers. Very, very interesting backcourt. They still got Russ. They got Pat Beverly. They've practiced together a couple times, and Pat Bev is like the most ridiculous character known to man. He's already had a couple funny moments where they're interacting with his previous arch nemesis, Russell Westbrook, I guess. They've locked horns. They've talked shit in interviews and podcasts against each other. Dude, it was Pat Bev. He didn't mince words when he was talking about Russ on the JJ Redick podcast. That was that was a great appearance. I'll say that. That was awesome. So yeah, it's gonna be popcorn time once the Lakers start playing, just for all their antics. They might not be fun to watch, like actually on the court, because there's some dysfunction in terms of how they play at times, but the off the court drama is definitely gonna be there. And we'll see if Russ ends up getting traded at some point in the year, because that was the report. It's like, oh, they signed Pat Bev. That means that Russ definitely is not going to stay and be here for long. But they're still on the roster together, so we'll see how long that lasts. Maybe they make it work. I don't know. Speaking of the Lakers, they also make them trade. Oh yeah, as I mentioned, trade. They traded Taylor Horton Tucker for Pat Beverly. That's a trade straight up. Jazz are stripping their team down. They've already traded Rudy Gobert over to Minnesota. Now they traded the other star player, Donovan Mitchell, over to Cleveland. So the Cavaliers get the, I want to say, two-time All-Star in a package that includes Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, 3 unprotected firsts in 2025, 27, and 29, and 2 pick swaps in 26 and 28. That is 5 total potential picks that will convey there. Also involved in the trade, Colin Sexton. He signs a 4-year, $72 million extension as a part of this trade there with Utah. So yeah, big deal. A lot of picks given up. The players, some quality players in there. Sexton has had some good run at times in the NBA, but he's been a little bit up and down, not super consistent. And Lauri Markkanen, he's had flashes. He's a big shooter, 6'10". He's got some size, but maybe not the most physical player, but definitely skilled and can do good for your squad. So they're going to be, I guess, toiling a little bit over there in Utah, because they're not going to necessarily be like shot creators. Sexton is more so, but yeah, Markkanen not as much. So, but those picks will be interesting. The thing is, though, if the Cavs remain consistent and remain a playoff team for the next few seasons, then those aren't necessarily going to be the best picks to get there that you could have gotten. But we'll see with Cleveland now. They got a pretty tremendous, talented team. They still got Garland. They got Mobley. And who's their big man? Jared Allen. Big old fro. So yeah, they got some talent, man. They got a good roster. Add Donovan Mitchell to the mix, and potentially they got some explosion there on offense to match some hard-nosed defense in the middle. So Cavs can be interesting, man. That could shake things up a bit in the East. See how that goes. See how that develops. More trades going down. Detroit, they're trading for Jazz's Bojan Bogdanovic. They trade Kelly Olynyk and Sabin Lee, or Sabin Lee? Sabin. I think Sabin. So yeah, Bogdanovic head into Detroit. So yeah, Utah, they're just unloading everybody who's of any value at this point off their team. More big news. Kevin Durant, who's had his trade ultimatum this whole offseason. He has been reported that he is going to move forward with the Nets. They had a meeting, and apparently have all been kumbaya, and now they're just going to chill like nothing ever happened. So we'll see how long that lasts. A lot of intrigue in what Kyrie Irving's thoughts are and all this, and what the hell Ben Simmons is going to end up doing for this season, if he's going to end up showing up and playing, or if he's going to continue to sit out at times due to injury, mental health, whatever. That back has been bugging him ever since he passed up that dunk in the second round of the playoffs 2 seasons ago, and it's been chaos since then. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's still a lot of talent on that roster, but yeah, the sequence of events is super interesting. I've heard it broken down on a couple different podcasts, couple shows. It's just like, what's with that ultimatum? What's with the whole dissing of like the coaching staff pretty much from the get-go? Kyrie going in a podcast and saying that like we basically don't have a head coach. We were going to coach by committee. And Steve Nash is sitting there like, well, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I hired here? So there's a friction there. Yeah, KD saying he wanted Sean Marks and Nash to go. The whole Kyrie element of it. James Harden coming in, flaming out and bouncing. I think the lack of trust that the GM and the owner have now in KD after the fact that Harden like gave up on the team and they gave up a ton to get him. So there's just like a domino of different like stuff happening. It's just a bunch of egos, and it's gonna be drama for the Nets. But if they can put some of this to bed, then they can kind of get through it, and I think compete. They still have so much talent on that team with just those 3 players, and it's so ridiculous to say because, man, like cohesion really does mean a lot. But like if you have a couple dudes cooking in basketball, like that's all you need, and there's nothing you could do about it. So the Nets are wild. Nets are wild. So yeah, so he's moving forward with the Nets. KD's sticking around. Let's see, a couple more deals. Philly, they signed Montrezl Harrell to a 2-year deal worth $5.2 million. The big man will get them some good energy off the bench, as he typically does. Former 6th man of the year. The Nets were quote unquote advanced discussions with Markieff Morris. I don't think that's been a confirmed signing yet, but they've been talking a lot. The Mavs did confirm a signing with Maxi Kleber for a 3-year, $33 million extension. So congrats to Maxi hitting those open 3-pointers, playing that power forward, some big man minutes, hitting some 3-pointers, stretching the floor there for Luka and co. So he's going to stick around in Dallas. The Knicks and RJ Barrett, they're finalizing a 4-year, $120 million extension. So congrats to RJ. Got that money. Get that second contract. Trying to work for that third one. Pelicans, they signed CJ McCollum to a 2-year, $64 million extension. Going to begin at the start of the 24-25 season. And coming back, couple old timers, couple vets. Udonis Haslem for the Heat, coming back for his 20th season. This dude has been rocking the red and the black, the white hot Heat colors since Dwayne Wade, I think, came into the league with him. So it's been a minute. It's been a long minute. Congrats to Udonis. They're rocking those braids. Oh, so tough. Never want to mess with that guy under the paint. That dude was always ready to throw an elbow at you. So yeah, coming back for his 20th year. He's more coach than he is player nowadays, but still, I guess, a good presence there in the locker room. Kind of instill that Heat culture, I guess, that they talk about, man. Just, yeah, so he's coming back. Another veteran coming back for his 19th season is going to be Andre Iguodala. He's coming back to the Warriors. This was going to be his final season, he says. So it'll be his kumbaya moment there. But yeah, 19 seasons for Andre, man. That is impressive. For a guy who's played a lot of minutes too. Donis has been more of like a bench player, more of a role player. Filled that role admirably for, I would say, about 14, 15 years of that career. For the last few, he's been, yeah, like I mentioned, more of a coach than he has a player. But yeah, Iggy, man, he was still in the rotation for like the Miami Heat recently in the playoffs a couple seasons ago. Where else did he land after? Started in Philly. Was a tremendous athlete. Coming out of University of Arizona. Let's see. Played alongside Allen Iverson. They traded him, and he became kind of like the de facto star player from there. And let's see. Basketball Reference. Yeah, had some great seasons. Terrific athlete. That dude was like a phenom. Had that one season in Denver, got traded, and leading that team. They had a great season in the regular season, and they got upset in the first round. And he immediately bolted, went to Golden State. Yeah, I guess just Miami. Anyways. So yeah, he was back on the Warriors this last season, and he'll finish there up in the Bay Area. He was one of the guys who first was like talking about the potential with tapping into the like the tech industry and the market and trying to get like advertising and stuff like that for NBA players. And Kevin Durant was one of the guys who came in and like invested a shit ton of money when he came into the Warriors team for those couple years. And apparently his investments have like been ridiculous, and he's made a bunch of money through that kind of venture. So yeah, I guess Andre, a little bit of an innovator off the court in that regard. So congrats to him. Let's see what else. Guy I mentioned earlier, Pau Gasol, he's going to get his jersey number retired by the Lakers. His 16 will be up in the banners sometime in March. So that's a big, big honor to be celebrated amongst all those Laker greats. There's a bunch of ridiculous, legendary ball players who got their numbers retired up there. Yeah, they're one of those few franchises that are like running out of numbers when they pick up a trade or a free agent. There's always guys wearing random numbers in the 60s and the 90s and the 70s and stuff like that because a lot of the great, numbers you would have picked, single digits are mostly gone. And the teens and the 20s are almost all taken up too. So it's slim pickings a little bit for the jersey numbers there up in Boston, but and over in LA with the Lakers. I'd say those are the two most in the NBA. So yeah, the 16 no longer going to be worn in purple and gold. So congrats to Pau there. Yeah, his Lakers career was kind of interesting. I mean, it was questionable trade, I'd say, amongst the NBA fandoms of other teams. I was hating on it. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like, man, Lakers are just gonna get another hookup easy trade right here. They had I believe Jerry West was still in the front office there for Memphis. Granted, they did get his younger brother back, who ended up being an all-star, great player. But still, at the time, that was not looking like an easy trade. It was like Javaris Crittenton and a couple other shoe-ins, throw-ins. It was just like, what is this? For Pau Gasol, all-star player, like, come on. Getting gift wrapped at another superstar. But to his credit, he balled out when he needed to. Played tremendous in the finals, especially that second one. First one, it felt like he was still a little skittish and he was still trying to, get into the groove a little bit. Obviously, that's a different type of stage and presence there. I mean, there's a lot on the line. You got Kobe breathing down your neck and just like talking shit, trying to motivate you and just making sure that he's trying to get that victory or whatnot. So they got 2 rings and I guess added to that Kobe legacy there. I was obviously still Sacramento Kings fan, very bitter over what happened. I still quite am, but like regardless, Powell did his thing. I can't deny that. And I think he was a lot more impactful than people remember because he picked up a lot of more rebounds and had a bigger presence in the paint than I think people give him credit for. That dude was really big and super agile and mobile for being a big guy. He ran the pick and roll to perfection a lot. And there was a lot of times he'd be diving down the paint and you would not realize it. And then just out of nowhere, he'd just be, bam, dunking it all over your head. So big shout out to Pau Gasol on that regard. Just we talking about the Lakers and like kind of their heyday back then, winning some championships. One thing I do got to mention, fortunate news, obviously the death of the great Kobe Bryant, but there's the aftermath in regards to the helicopter incident. His widow, Vanessa Bryant, she was apparently rewarded $16 million in a lawsuit recently. There was a trial over his photos being distributed over, what was it, CHP or somebody who works for some government agency, I believe. They shared it to some coworkers, some photos of the wreckage, which was pretty harrowing, devastating. That's real sad news there. So, rightly as she should have, Vanessa Bryant was rewarded with that settlement amount, or not settlement amount, but you know what I mean. Freaking legalese. It is late right now. It is past 10. A bunch of crazy stuff we talking about. Yeah. What else? All right. We'll end on some. Getting tired. Where are we at? We'll talk about. Finish with this and some baseball news, and then wrap up on some world news shit. We'll catch up with the fight game and with soccer next episode next week. How's that sound? Scroll through these here. Yeah, some couple crazy news stories that happened. All right, couple more. Let's see. It was announced Spurs and Heat are going to play the first game in Mexico City since 2019. Taking place December 17th, so get your tickets now. It's going to be the 31st game ever played in Mexico, 7th time for the Spurs. The Spurs are also going to play twice in Austin and once in the Alamo Dome for the team's 50th season celebrations. So, yeah, they're playing all over wherever the Spurs fandom reigns, I guess. Yeah, a lot of Chicanos are Spurs fans. A lot of Tejanos out there rock with the NBA. But I say probably Lakers amongst like overall like Mexican American NBA fans. I think Lakers probably number one. I'd put the Warriors up there pretty high too, man. There's a big population up in the Bay Area out there repping. Especially the last couple seasons, catching a lot of bandwagon fans that used to be in Sacramento. Yeah, a lot in Chicago, a lot of Bulls fans, too. Obviously with MJ and just that craziness. Crazy dominance in the 90s. Let's see. Move over to ownership news. There's a rumor that apparently Alex Rodriguez is quote unquote scrambling to come up with his half of the money to buy the Timberwolves. Apparently his other partners in the ownership group are like not sweating him over it, but there was a problem with him getting financing. Apparently his valuation since he's broken up with J-Lo has been diminished. So he's having a tough time getting some loans for some banks. So yeah, that's apparently like the issue going on behind the scenes there. I don't think it's going to have too big of an effect with the overall sale of the team because I think it was over a gradual period of time. But yeah, apparently one of the payments was coming up and he was kind of going like, I don't know, man. I got it on me. I got it near. Oh, I'll get back to you. I'll be right back. Oh, man. Yeah. So we'll see if A-Rod is as rich as he needs to be to own the team or if he'll end up having a minority stake or whatever. But yeah, that's apparently happening. There will be a new change in ownership in Phoenix, though. This is one of the stories I wanted to talk about, definitely. Yeah, crazy situation going on with Robert Sarver. Eventually, he's going to have to sell the team. That's what it ended up with. But there was a whole incident. There was a bunch of incidents. There was a whole report that happened. This is the lowdown. So he ended up getting suspended 1 year, fined $10 million for workplace misconduct. The NBA, the league itself hired a law firm to investigate the allegations that he had a history of racism, misogynistic, and hostile incidents over nearly 2 decades of owning the team. Quote unquote, there was repeated or reported to repeat the N-word on at least 5 occasions spanning his tenure with the Suns, end quote. But it, quote, makes no finding that Sarver repeated or purported to repeat the N-word on at least 5 occasions. Wait, hold on. What? Oh, fuck that up. Hold on. It makes no findings that he repeated or Wait, what? What? Hold on. What? This quote's fucking confusing. I hate when they do this shit. Why did I copy and paste this? So apparently he said the N-word, but then I think there was that like he said it in the context of a quote or misquoting somebody else or something like that, but it was everyone was like, whoa, what the fuck? to his situation when he said it. Some people like still took note of it. He also told a pregnant employee that she would not be able to do her job after becoming a mother. He paid off-color comments and jokes about sex and anatomy, and yelled and cursed at employees in ways that would be considered bullying, quote, under workplace standards, end quote. So yeah. And then he got pressured by the main sponsor for his jersey, PayPal, the jersey sponsor for the Suns. They said that they wouldn't sponsor the team if he remained the owner. One of the minority owners said that he should come out and sell the team. Even though the guy said he didn't have any plans to buy the team himself. He was just like, just on general principle, we got to make this change. And yeah, it's been reported that he's been like a pretty much an asshole and a dick to his players. And regardless of like the racist or misogynistic shit that he was saying though. But yeah, rich people, they be like just not connected with like social norms and shit like that. They just be acting wild and then just throwing money at problems a lot of times. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's fucking wild shit. But yeah, he's gonna have to sell the team because the NBA is like, nah, that's some bullshit. Some people were actually upset that he only got suspended 1 year and only $10 million. Chris Paul, one of the leaders of the NBA Players Association and the freaking leader of the team, said that he was disappointed that he didn't get suspended longer. LeBron James also said, "What he's like, this ain't it." As he said, he's trying to use that new, the new young hip slogan and quotes and shit like that. He's up on Twitter. He's like, "This ain't it, fam. This ain't it." So he was talking shit about that too, rightfully so. Because damn, yeah, that would suck. That would suck to have to work in that environment. I mean, this isn't the only franchise that has had issues with stuff like that. I mean, a few years ago, Dallas Mavericks, they had a whole internal investigation, and they had somebody who was like a president of the team, one of the higher up members of the organization, was harassing women and doing a bunch of like weird stuff. So, like, yeah, I mean, it's happened before. I know there's been a couple other examples, but yeah, that's the one that comes to mind. So Phoenix, yeah, they're selling the team, and the reports right now, the estimations I think is like in the $4 to $6 billion range. The Denver Broncos sold for the most for any sports franchise just this last offseason, this last summer. I want to say it was like for $4.5 billion, and this team in Phoenix, it comes. I want to say, I think it comes with the arena, but they have a pretty loyal fan base, and they have a pretty cool setup there. It's a team that is, it's a basketball city, so like they're like kind of like the biggest ticket in town, even though they have an NFL franchise. They've had the most success, I'd say, out of any franchise that hasn't won a championship yet. They've come close on a couple occasions there. A lot of Western Conference Finals appearances, but yeah, they maybe $5.5 billion. That's a lot of money, man. It's a premium tax for all these like billionaires to like get into the franchises. But like, I mean, what a horrible punishment for Sarver, right? I think he bought the franchise for like $340 million, or what was it, like 35% of whatever that is, something like that. So yeah, he's gonna make buku bucks. He's gonna make, so if they value it at like 5.5, I think he's gonna make 35% of it, something like that. I think that's his ownership percentage right now. So yeah, that's all going down. But yeah, speaking of incidents happening in the workplace, this other big storyline going on in the NBA is the current suspension of head coach Ime Udoka with the Boston Celtics. He will miss out on the upcoming season due to apparently a consensual relationship that happened between him and another employee of the Boston Celtics. So he had a relationship with another staff member. He's suspended for the whole year, and the team apparently is not going to guarantee his return once the suspension is completed. So crazy news here. This is all on the heels of Ime being engaged with Yearlong. I believe they have a child together. If not, I think she might be pregnant with the second child, I think was the rumor. I don't know. We got to research that. But yeah, so he had a consensual relationship with a staff member, or I guess a coworker. I don't know. They didn't specify necessarily where on the freaking totem pole this potential person may have been. But yeah, man, Nia Long, man, that's pretty out there. He is an ex-NBA player. He's a millionaire, all that stuff. So I mean, the people on that level, to anybody, I guess, even if you have a dime piece and like a freaking model and actress and everybody else would be like jealous of having. Everybody gets tired of it, of people eventually, So like, I guess that that shit just happens. There's a lot of cases like that where you're like, what? How you cheated on that person? But when you're on that level, that's just different, man. That's just different, I guess. But regardless, like the fact that this is like blown up and now it's like its whole thing, with him being suspended, it's one thing for a coach to get fired over doing some stuff that was maybe lewd or disrespectful, but it's another thing when there was apparently nothing in regards to having like foul play between him and this other person. It was a consensual relationship between the two. Now, granted, the man is cheating on his wife, so it's salacious, but is it necessarily something that should be punishable by an employer? You know what I mean? So there's like a fine line there. So they haven't come out with any super hard, fast details about the situation, about what happened, but like, you know, it's just gonna make everybody speculate. There's already been like a bunch of people on the internet apparently who have like gone in and actually like debated amongst the people, like the female members of the employees of the Boston Celtics, to say like, oh man, do you think he smashed her? Do you think it was her? Do you think it was her? So like, I don't even want to get into any of that shit because that's like pointless at the moment. But I think it is interesting though, like to have the conversation and have the question of like, you know, has you, the viewer, out there listening to this or watching this, have you had a relationship with a former employee, and like, did that make shit awkward, and how'd that go? You know, like, because I feel like it does happen, but a lot of times, like I don't know, like newer generations were more sensitive to like trying to avoid that stuff. Because like in the past, I just like a lot of cases and people talk to them. I talk to people like my age and younger, and they're like, yeah, my parents, they used to work together and then they got married and they had a great relationship. So like that does happen sometimes too. So as somebody who's changed jobs a lot of times too, I like regret like maybe not shooting my shot at certain people I thought were cool. But yeah, that's a weird thing. Yeah, man, the yearlong part of it, that I don't find like, okay, all right, if I was him, I get it. Don't be doing that shit, man. Don't be doing that shit. I can understand being, you know, 100% judgmental towards that whole aspect of it, cheating on your wife and all that shit, or not wife, but future wife, I guess. Was they were engaged, fiancés, or whatever the term. But damn, man, like, so it wasn't bad enough that he could get fired for it, but it was bad enough that he needed to be punished. So like it's a weird one. That's a weird gray area. Oh, what's up, Way? How we doing, Way? Funky. That's crazy. Yeah, they are messy, man. Yeah. So like I get it because there's like a power structure involved, and I've understood the arguments people have had in the past where it's like, yeah, you can't be trying to get with somebody who's like below you, because then it's like if they don't want to be in that relationship, then they feel like there's going to be retribution against them, whether it's deserved or not. They feel like they might get punished, and then this politics, and companies don't want to avoid that shit. So yeah, it's crazy, man. Freaking Ime getting into it, man, with the spicy offseason news, man. So he's gonna have a lot of time to think about it because he's not gonna be doing shit this whole year. Who knows, man? That's what's so crazy. It's like we don't even know if he's coming back afterwards. Is it gonna be like Boston Red Sox Alex Cora situation where it's just like, yeah, you serve the suspension and then you'll be right back in this franchise. Like, you'll be fine. You'll lead us back there. I don't know. And then they just started, what is it? Their training camp today, I want to say. And so they have their next backup assistant coach. He's going to be coaching the team for the rest of the year. My apologies, I forgot your name. I will be probably knowing your name some point soon because we'll be talking about you and what role you're playing and how the team's doing. Because yeah, I guess if the team does well, I don't know, do you let them go? Like, or if the team doesn't, you know, if they disappoint a little bit, do you bring them back? I mean, the guy just helped lead the team to the NBA Finals. They were 2 games away from winning a championship. They got 2 young superstars on the team. Tatum looks like he might be like a top 5 player, potentially this next season. The guy looks like T-Mac, like reincarnated. He is so really, really damn talented on the wing there. So I mean, there's a lot of repercussions. The head assistant who was on the team last year, this guy by the name Will Hardy, is now the head coach of the Utah Jazz. So he's gonna be leading them through a rebuilding era and phase. So it's like, what the hell's gonna happen? What the hell's gonna happen? Yo, what's going on? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? We talking basketball. We talking hoops out here. How we doing, Yasmina? How we doing? First time chatter. How we doing? Yeah, man. So it's freaking crazy. It's crazy, man. Ime, what's going on? What's going on with Ime? So, Boston Celtics. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the sub. Oh shit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming by. Definitely. Check out my Instagram. I got more dates coming in the future at Puro Caballero. Working on a couple shows. I'll be DJing a comedy show up in Hawthorne at a brewery coming up soon, so that'll be cool. Yeah. What else? We got Thai Angel Bar next Tuesday. Come on by Koreatown. We'll be having a good time. I'll be announcing that lineup shortly. Got to confirm a few more people on there. But yeah, we'll be around. Hell yeah. Shout out to Way. He came through couple weeks ago. That shit was fun. But yeah, we've been there for a full year. It's been a fun show. We're working on some comedy shows, possibly. Let's see where we at. Echo Park, maybe Culver City, maybe. I don't know. Maybe East LA. We'll see. We're working on new venues. Chinatown, working on Chinatown too. So all in the works. Putting in work there. What else is on my schedule? What's going on? Yeah, comedy show on the 12th at Common Space Brewery. Yep, coming up in Hawthorne. I'm going to be in Yucaipa. That'll be fun. Hops and Smokes comedy show at Hops and Smokes Brewery. What else? A couple other things. I'll post it on my Instagram. It'll be on there. My favorite club to perform at or just to be at? I love the Comedy Store. I'll say that was probably my number one because like top-notch talent. They know how to run shows there. They're amazing. They got 3 rooms going every night, so it's kind of it's one of the meccas there. Definitely amazing. I still haven't been able to perform there. I've been trying to get up on their shows, so hopefully in the future. Improv is very fun as well. They're cool. The best places I performed at, I guess some of like the little smaller rooms, like the Ha has been fun. That's up in like North Hollywood. Did a show up in Flappers there. I'm trying to get at the Ice House next time they open. They got new ownership up in Pasadena. The owners of the Lakers, the Buss family, apparently now own that club. So the word on the street is they've been renovating that shit for like a year and a half. When that happens, I'm gonna try to be out there. But yeah, man. Anybody who wants me, come book me, man. Hit me up. I'm available. And open. I got some dates open next month. So yeah, that's where I'll be. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you coming in. Where were we? Just talking NBA news. Let's talk some hot goss though. Since we're talking about like relationship shit, what do you guys think about Leonardo DiCaprio stuff, man? He just ended a relationship once again after somebody goes over the age of 25. Like, damn, bro. Man, talk about playing to the script, man. That shit is crazy. What else do I have on here? What other shit do we want to talk about? We can talk about baseball in the next episode. That's fine. There's one big thing I want to say. Big shout out to Aaron Judge. He's got 60 home runs. He's one away from tying the Yankees all-time record. That man is also from where I grew up. In the 209, so shout out to him, shout out to Aaron Judge. A lot of teams clinching the playoffs, all that shit. But yeah, what else are we gonna talk about? Yeah, Camila Morón broke up with Leo after 4 years. After she turned 26, dude. I think what is that, like the 5th one? You see the graphs of the ages of everybody who's dated. But what is he's supposed to be like rumored to be dating? Is it Gigi Bella? I'm so horrible. I'm bad with the goss. Damn, some shit like that. Anyway, so yeah, people been talking shit. People been going like, damn, that's a lot It's a lot, Leo. A lot of conversations about like what age difference, like what's acceptable, because he's like 46 now or something like that. Man, the dude's playing it. Yeah, it must be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice to be Leo, man. Um, so yeah, he's living his best life, man. Whatever. He's been like perpetually, I don't know, just in that limelight, in that spotlight for the last 25 years or so, man. 30 years. I don't know, man. It's been a while. Let's see. Speaking of people being a while or being here for a long time, Queen Elizabeth passed away recently. Queen on the 8th of this month, September 8th. She passed away at the age of 96. She ruled for 70 years. That is a long time to do anything. I'm not sure I'm envious of her particular like lifestyle and having to be in the pressure of like the media and all that shit. Like that shit's wild. That shit's crazy. But 96, bro, that is insane. If you read the dark web and all the crazy stuff that's out there, like you'd be believing that she was surviving off of baby blood for the last like 30 years of her life, which like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of shady shit that monarchy was tied to, which like y'all can do your research into that shit. But yeah, 96 years. Twitter had a field day when this was going down, though. There was a lot of memes, a lot of jokes, a lot of poking around, man. Yeah, BBC posted like this whole clip montage of her doing like visits to like African countries, and the whole time it's like yeah, the Queen Elizabeth was the one of the queens who paid, you know, attention and love to Africa the most or whatever and stuff like that. And oh man, what the fuck was the tweet? Somebody like flamed her so bad. It was like, y'all gonna pretend like this isn't like the product of colonialism and these weren't like the people they used to rule under and stuff like that. Like I was like, damn. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, Twitter's been spicy, man. The Black Mermaid whole ordeal. Yeah, Twitter been spicy recently. People upset that Gordo played a 6-hour set at Club Space recently. Like, yeah, Twitter been spicy. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on, folks? Oh, we got some new viewers checking in. What's happening? What's up, Jex? How we doing? Yeah, Abe Lincoln. He knew not to read the internet. That's true. The lobster better be Jamaican. Oh man. Oh shit. He's gonna be British, but like black British. So like Jamaican basically, but with a different accent. Under the sea, bruv. I crack myself up. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Oh man, what was your guys' favorite moment of Queen Elizabeth II's term? Oh man, was it the time that she helped assassinate Princess Diana? Oh man, yeah, a lot of references to Princess Di when she passed away. Oh man, yeah, a lot of talk about the hatred for was it William? Like a lot of that shit. And was it Meghan Markle? Is it William? Yeah, I forget the names. I forget. This doesn't matter to me much, but it's funny. Yeah, it was the one who went Hollywood and just now got to deal with what Spotify or Netflix or whatever, some streaming site. I'm like, whether they're getting a comedy special and freaking, I don't know what they're doing with fucking giving them money to be rich and shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, a lot of spicy shit about that online. Not my queen. It's crazy they got to change the national anthem anytime there's like a change in monarchy. If it goes king to queen, now it's God save the king, changing up the lyrics. Oh, that's all them blokes over in the UK be doing. Then they just take like the lyrics of some song that they know and then they'd like change it to fit like their freaking football team or their freaking club. Right? They just like switch the lyrics up and then or like whatever the fucking town drunk is at the pub and shit like that. They'll make a fucking jolly cheer for him like that way. Like they just be remixing shit, dude. Like I gotta give him credit. That some of that shit's catchy. It's funny. You follow Liverpool and shit like that. Anytime they bring the new player and they do something special, then they'll have a fucking chant for him and shit. So I'm like, all right, cool, you're bona fide. you got a chant for you now, dude. I'll be asking my roommate and shit like, hey, what's the new ones this year? Like, what's going on? Oh man. Am I doing too much? Is that what I'm doing too much? Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. It's so crazy. The monarchy, they like have no power. They're just a showpiece. Like, what are they doing? Like, what's their purpose? Like, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't ask questions, man. Oh shit. Oh man. That's your bitch. That's your queen. Oh yeah. Riri. Shout out to Riri getting the Super Bowl halftime show. What do you guys think about that? What do you think she gonna do? Disturbia? What's she gonna play? Pon de Replay? How far do you think they're gonna go back? I just wanted you to know. Oh man. Yeah, Riri. Was Barbados part of? Yeah, Barbados was also part of the UK control. See, like the what is it? The reach of the the sun never sets on the British Empire. That's what they used to say, dude. Like they controlled a lot of shit. People in India, I'm sure, had felt some kind of way. Where else, dude? They're fucking everywhere. I mean, fucking. Why do we care as America? There's people like freaking like online going like, oh my god, the queen died and all this shit. Like, what do we care, man? They used to be our bullies and shit like that. We're like, man, fuck off, man. Step off. 13 colonies got to fucking do our business. You know what I mean? A lot of good business, a lot of bad business also happened to that show. Like, we don't have to get into that history. Yeah. How much time? we don't have that much time. We don't have that much time. I got work tomorrow morning, so I can go on. We can have a history lesson. The real American history. Yeah, that's my other podcast. That's my other one. R.I.P. History Hyenas. That shit was dope. That shit was awesome. Shout out to Chris DiStefano. Giannis Pappas. Yeah, man. The royalty, like, what's up? What's the deal? There's like hardly any countries that have that even in place. What is the term, like, when they don't have any political control, but there's technically the king or queen. It's like, I forget. Yeah, OG bullies to the OG natives. Yeah. There's levels. Yes, there's levels. See what you spawned? Damn it, Britain. You fucking the continent up. All the natives are mad. The natives that were conquered by the Spaniards were mad. They became Mexicans. They were upset. Like, oh man. I don't know how the French feel. I don't care. they can get. I like the electro music, but like, and some of the baguettes and shit. But like, damn. Y'all can get out of here. That's what Cinco de Mayo is, folks. This is your history lesson. Yeah. And then they sold to Louisiana and all the way up to Canada, but then they somehow still care about Montreal. I don't know. North America's fucking weird. What do they control? Haiti? The freaking had the craziest revolution in Haiti, man. So yeah, fuck the French. Respectfully. Oh shit. They don't really care about Montreal. I think we care more about Montreal, like the seasoning salt, than we do about Montreal, the city. But respects, I've never been. I gotta visit. What up? You guys spawned one of the greatest, family of musicians. Shout out to the Maklovich family, though. Respect to
Oh yeah, respect to Faraz Zahabi and George St. Pierre. So Montreal got some soldiers. They got some soldiers, but like, man, I don't know. I'm just slandering everybody left and right. I don't know. I gotta go visit these places before I talking shit. I'm talking shit on Cleveland earlier. Montreal's getting strays. The French, the Queen. Yeah. Oh man! Oh, the craziest thing about the Queen that I saw. The craziest thing. I saw these two photos, a few years ago when crazy news was happening. So like, there's a picture of Queen Elizabeth at her summer vacation home, and it's like a log cabin, and in the background you could see that there's like a bullet hole that had like ricocheted or like gone through like the wood right there. So there's an obvious marking that's behind her as she's sitting like on the porch, smiling for the photographer, right? Having a nice picture. Cut to another picture in the same scene with Ghislaine Maxwell and freaking was it Jeff Epstein or whatever? Yeah, the man in charge of the pedophile ring. Like, yo, like them two masterminds and connivers were like also vacationing at that same location. So like, man, they were touching a lot of like higher ups political connections and whatnot. So it's like, sheesh. Like, makes you wonder, makes you think, man, this money's, I don't know if this money's clean, guys. I don't know, man. Where them rubies come from? Oh, from Africa? Cool, dope. Oh, from India? Nice. So yeah, man, a lot of people are going like, well, why the fuck do you guys got this shit? Why'd you guys pillage and plunder our country's resources? So yeah, a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit being thrown around. Oh man, yeah, people be messy, man. Yo, shout out to Expos though. I do miss the Expos logo on hats, dude. I need to get me one of those for the M. I was like this close to copping them at Lids like on like 5 different occasions. So yeah, shout out to the Expos. I love those logos. All right, got to catch up on the chat. What else happening? Oh yeah, so we got, what is it? Who's the king? Who's the king now? Who's the king? Is this your king? Is it Edwards? Is it William? I forget. Who's the fucking king now? Be mixing up all the names. King of England. King of Staten Island. That was a good movie. I like that. Thank you, Google, for reminding me of it. King Charles the Third. King Charles. Yeah. This man is what is he? He's like 76 years old, just barely getting into power. Is that right? Is that right? He is, and history. Oh, English monarchy. I don't give a fuck about that. How old is he? Damn it. King of England age. There we go. Yeah, he's 73. There we go. He's 73. King Charles Entertainment Cheese. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, 73 years old. So that means he waited 73 years of his life and then finally took the throne, man. So what was he's 73, his mom was 96. Simple math tells me his mom was 23 when he had him as a son. I guess that's how it works. So it's to wait your whole life and then finally you take the throne, man. That is old as hell, man. That is crazy. Man, I didn't ask to do math on this show, but we're doing it. We're fucking here. What else happening? Dude, this guy, oh my god. This guy had Vienna sausage fingers though. You think this guy's ever picked up anything over 5 pounds in his life? Because I don't. Yo, did you see the photos that have been coming out of him with the crown? Dude, his ring finger, oh my god. That thing is holding on for dear life. and like, oh, dude, it looks like the skin's gonna envelop the ring around it and just keep growing. Like, oh my god, oh Jesus, the fingers. Oh my god, man, wild shit. Yeah, exactly. Now I guess to be king. What a hard life. Exactly. You have to roll around in a motorcade. Oh man. Oh shit. For real. Yeah, Manila. I agree. What a great life. So yeah, who do we got? Prince William now, and then what's the other one? What's his other? Harry. I feel fucking forgetting. Yeah, I'm bad with names. Prince Harry's the one that dated Meghan Markle. I'm bad. I'm fucking bad. Or no longer Prince Harry, ex-Prince Harry. He couldn't do some salute or some shit to his mom. He just had to look there in silence and be all sad and shit, like a normal person, like a peasant. Harry. Cause I'm Harry E. You got a license to kill. Oh, stupid. Do I want to keep talking? Probably not. Am I gonna keep talking? Yeah, probably a little bit more. All right, we'll end on some American news, some American hot gossip been happening. Or actually, hold on, couple quick things. Let's see, we got Ricky Martin sues nephew Dennis Yadiel Sanchez for $20 million over the false claims of incest. Get your money if yeah, that was wild. Let's see, what do we have? RP PNB Rock fatally shot at Roscoe's in Inglewood. I've been to that Roscoe's many a times. Sad story. Let's see, what else? Floods in Pakistan. They're a climate-induced humanitarian disaster of epic proportions, quote unquote. Since June, there have been over 1,000 deaths, 1 million homes damaged, 50,000 forced to seek shelter. Country's going through an eighth monsoon cycle. Usually, they only have 3 or 4 per year. 750,000 farm animals killed. Economic losses over 10 billion. There's a melting of 7,000 glaciers in the mountains due to record high temperatures in the spring. They were up to 120 degrees in April. Third of the country's underwater. 1 out of 7 residents were impacted. This was like a month ago, I think, when I had these stats. Holy fuck. Yeah. If you don't think that shit is real, yeah. Go fuck off. That's a lot of stats. That's a lot of fucking stats for you there. Oh, I forgot to mention, because the Queen passed away, they canceled like everything for like 2 weeks over there up in UK. Premier League, they stopped for a second. A lot of stuff happened. Boxing events, there's a lot of events that they postponed. Let's see. Chinese scientists successfully create the world's first mammal with fully reprogrammed genes. They did it in mice. So humans coming down the pike. I don't know. We playing God out here, folks. What are we doing, man? Chinese got no regulations. They got no bumpers, bro. They going hard. Scientists doing whatever the fuck they want to. It must be nice. It must be mice. Going for that cheese, bro. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Racist as fuck to Meghan Markle. They were. Stupid. Oh yeah, to Inglewood, bro. Yeah, bro. We can go to the different location for Roscoe's, bro. We can get the to go Roscoe's to go. It's not as good, but you know. Hey. Let's see here. Russian oil executive Ravil Maganov, chairman of the board at Lukoil, dies after falling from Moscow window on September the 1st. He had apparently made a statement encouraging diplomatic end to the invasion of Ukraine months prior. He quote unquote fell off of a building in Moscow. I think we know who might be responsible for that. I saw a headline today that there's been protests and a lot of arrests and apprehensions happening in Russia right now because apparently they're conscripting people to join the army to go fight the Ukrainians right now throughout the wintertime. And because it's the wintertime, it looks like Russia, if they can have enough troops to go out there, they have a chance to crush Ukraine. I don't know if you guys know strategically, Russia dominates in the wintertime. And there was apparently issues with their tanks being able to get entryway into Ukraine. a lot of shit. I don't know why I'm talking politics with you guys, geopolitical news, at like 11 p.m. But we're doing it. So yeah, so apparently the roads, they can only take the roads, but if it's snowing, they can go off road and shit. So yeah, tough winter's coming for Ukraine. So yeah, buckle up. Best of luck to you guys. Just put the Klitschko brothers out front like they did before, and hopefully they'll protect the country like they've done so far. But yeah, that shit be happening. Dissidents be tossed out of buildings in Russia constantly. That's just what happened. Doesn't matter how high of a ranking member of how big of a oligarch you are or whatever the fuck. Doesn't matter. What else? All right. U.S. news. The Biden administration agrees to relieve $10,000 in student loans, $20,000 if you got a Pell Grant, and you're making under $125K a year. And what? Your boy qualifies. You get some debt relief. What up? Thank you, Joe. Yeah, you can go take a nap now. You did your job. So I was asking for you. Actually, scratch that. Do that, and then like legalize weed nationwide, and then we're good. And then you could just go off into the sunset and mumble off into retirement if you know what I mean. That'd be cool. Probably not. I don't know. It took that long just to get some relief, but I guess better late than never. Yo, yeah, I got shit to owe. Me and the rest of America, we got a lot of fucking debt owed to student loans. If you're one of the people who like paid off your student loans, I hope you get retroactive relief as well, because I think you better person than I am, but like, yeah, you deserve like, I don't know, tax relief or something. I don't know, something. You need to benefit some way for doing that. Let's see what else going on. Housing affordability hits its worst level in 37 years in America. So yeah, if you own property, congratulations, you made it. And if you're like me and most of Americans, yeah, I guess keep getting used to paying the rent on the 5th, man, because it's like, what else we doing, man? What else you got to do? Gotta live somewhere. So yeah, I find it very difficult having conversations sometimes with people of different generations, because their situations are different. And it's just like, oh, man, this generation all lazy, not doing anything and shit like that. And I'm like, bitch, like, my dollar doesn't go the same, man. Like, what I'm making versus like inflation is not keeping up. Y'all had some extra dough to pass around back then on average, statistically speaking. Yeah, you got to make your own lot in life, but like, goddamn, man. Yeah. 37 years housing affordability. So like, come on, man. It's like, what's going on? I think the statistic was like, for people graduating, I graduated at college, and damn, that sentence did not make it seem like I was educated. I graduated it. Oh shit, I done graduated. Yeah, so 2014 I finished college. And I think at that time it was like the average income that you get for having a master's degree around that time would have been this equivalent for someone 30 years prior just getting a bachelor's degree. So like, got to do more for the same or less, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, everybody's got their own problems. They had to deal with their own shit. So it is what it is, man. But like, some sympathy, man. Have some understanding and compassion and caring. I talked to my aunts and uncles and my parents and stuff like that, and they'd be fucking just dropping the hammer. I'm like, hey man, chill out, man. Hey bro. Oh shit. It's wild. All right. Couple more news, and then we'll call it quits. We're coming up on 2 hours here. Damn, put in work. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about this, man. The wildest political news that's happened recently. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis reportedly taking these immigrants, these migrants from, where were they from? Venezuelan migrants from apparently Texas, dropping them off in the Hamptons or in Martha's Vineyards up in the East Coast. Like, yo, wild shit, crazy political stunt. Yeah, and ended up having crazy amount of news coverage this last like week and a half. Doing it to say that like, hey, like you people who live in liberal states and liberal cities or whatever, you guys want all these migrants to get in and for free. Well, here, have at them, and then he quote unquote puts them on their doorstep. Funny enough, everybody in New York City was like talking shit on the governor, like, you guys are stupid. Everybody's left Martha's Vineyards at Labor Day. There's nobody there. Oh, man. There's nobody left. Everybody went to the city. They went back to Massachusetts. They went back to New York. You didn't have the same effect there. They got an open vacancy. They're actually willing to help people. They need the business. Oh, man. But no, tragic situation. Apparently these people got duped saying that they were going to, I don't know, have like supplies and places to stay and whatnot. So I feel for the people who got on that plane ride, man. That's a long fucking trip, man. Coming from Venezuela to the border, just that's long as hell. But yeah, to be part of that political stuff, that's fucking crazy, man. Say what you want about like the whole situation with migrants and whatever effect that you have. That's like human trafficking. That's literally human trafficking. You're moving people without their consent to another place. Yeah, by definition. So we'll see what the hell's, if any punishment. I don't know if anything's gonna come back to him. He might be all honest, man. Like, he might have just riled up his base and just got them to get more support, because that's just kind of like how it is with politics nowadays, man. You're just doing wild shit just to talk shit to the other side, man. But it's like, man, Florida going crazy, man. I know DeSantis, he was like one of the big up and comers on the Republican side. People to say that, like, all right, we should nominate him instead of putting Trump up again. But yeah, after this shit, man, it's like, yeah, kind of like Trump taxes, man. Like, all right, you on my side or you're not. It's like going out and like burning the boats. What is that? Fucking Cortez burning the boats. Like, ain't no coming back. We ain't going nowhere else. We doing this. We're gonna do this or not. So wild political shit, man. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. So wild. I couldn't believe the fucking headlines. I was like, God damn it. Yeah. What are we saying? I'm missing this chat. Vanilla out here. Russians getting fucked up. What else? Fuck Russia. I get yeah, man. Perfect. Yeah, interstate human trafficking. Exactly. So, I mean, there's a lot of agencies that are now trying to like support and help in these migrants and these get them help. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know what the success rate is for people who like get involved with like things that are publicized migrants who come over here, like the different caravans and shit like that. Like, some of them end up getting turned back around. So, you know, you never know what the deal is. But crazy shit, man. To take them from Texas though, Texas all the way up to there's the Hamptons, and what the fuck is the Hamptons specifically? This is like this mythical place that like billionaires go to. New York. Is in New York, right? It's fucking where on the map is it? Where on the map is it? Show me. Down the Hamptons. Oh yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I see you. Okay. Oh no. What am I doing? The Hamptons. All right. Geographically, I know where it's at now. What's up? What's happening, Loose Leaf? Coming in right at the end, right at the buzzer. So yeah. Ron DeSantis, what's gonna happen to him? What's happening, man? In politics, 2022. Was it 24? Is it the next election? Is that the one? Is my maths correct? Yeah. Will Biden survive it? Will he go the fate of Queen Elizabeth and into the afterlife? Come to find out next on Political Action News. Yeah, human trafficking. Yeah, he definitely should. That's definitely where he should go. But politicians, they be getting off scot-free. Remember that time I hooked your cousin up? Yeah, I'm calling that favor now. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, of course. What else? Last bit of news, a lot of crazy weather storms and weather patterns happening, coming through, hitting the U.S., hitting North America in general, countries in the Caribbean as well. Saw that Puerto Rico, they lost power a couple weeks ago, September the 19th, due to Hurricane Fiona that rolled through there. Caused a lot of damage, a lot of wreckage. So they were powerless for a few days. Their power grid was down. I saw that Mexico and Taiwan both suffered earthquakes in the same week. That was some very shocking, very scary footage from Mexico City. I don't know if you guys saw it. There was like a high-rise hotel that had a pool up on the top, and some residents were like hanging out at the pool. And the earthquake started, and the water for the pool was splashing out like crazy. I was like, holy shit, I would not want to be there. That would have been scary. I saw footage of like a building in Taiwan that had like a counterweight in the middle of it, where like the weight basically stays exactly in the same spot. The building moves, and it like bounces out the building, so it like doesn't fall over or something. They got crazy engineering over there. So yeah, a lot of craziness happening. Mother Nature is nothing to mess with. So like, be safe, be careful if you happen to be in a natural disaster area. As I mentioned before, Hurricane Ian is rolling through the Gulf of Mexico right now. So precaution to everybody. I'm sure if you live in one of these areas, you already know. When this podcast drops, probably tomorrow, I hopefully you got some better news and this shit is taming down a little bit, but God damn, I'm losing my voice here. I was talking for 2 hours. Is that all it does? So yeah, I saw that it's gonna be heading towards Florida and Orlando. I think by this weekend, I think was the projection. So please be safe, everybody. Hunker down, all that stuff. If you gotta leave. Do what you gotta do. Just it's all about survival. Make it to the next day. So yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happening. Pakistan underwater, hurricanes hitting the U.S., earthquakes everywhere. Knock on wood, because California has been due for the last like 10 years now for another one. So knock on wood. I've been part of some small ones, and those are not fun ever. Very nerve-wracking. But yeah, shout out to everybody tuning in. Thank you for the new follow there, KWB16. What's happening? You sound like a radio station there, KWB16. Like I don't know, AM news channel. I'm an idiot. Anyway, yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours on this podcast. I think we should wrap this up. Thank you so much, everybody, tuned in. This has been episode 118 of the Puro Caballero Show. RIP once again to my Raiders this year. It is tragic end. 3 games, 3 losses, but it's NFL. That's how it is, man. Anyway, come out to Thai Angel Bar. We'll be having a next show on next Tuesday, the 4th of October, followed by the 18th, and we might try to do something for Halloween. We'll see later in the month. I still got to pick out my Halloween costume. Should I be Mexican Mr. Clean, or should I be the Latino Dr. Phil? One or the other. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Sound off in the chat. Sound off in the comments. Where should I go with that shit? Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Download this. Listen to this everywhere you get your podcasts. Give us love on YouTube. We need new subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. It does us a boatload of favors. Helps us get some ad sponsorship there. Get us some looks. Get us some views. Please give us love on Instagram at The Puro Caballero Show. You can follow me at Puro Caballero. Same as you see here on Twitch. Yes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple, Google Podcasts, you name it. Go get it everywhere, man. Go show us love. Give us a rating. Give us a nice little review. And we'll be coming back to you soon. I'm trying to get more guests on the show. Weather's been permitting and schedules will be permitting sometime in the near future. But before I sign off, coming to you soon. We got a big shout out to the Nuggies brand. Shout out to Nuggies out here. You've seen these little characters of mine. Big shout out to my cousin Javi. He's coming in big. We're making some moves. Coming to a smoke shop near you. If you're interested in an order, DM me, hit me up, whisper me, hit some stuff up. These are little dab tools here. Check them out. We wholesale. We can ship them out to you. Do all that nice stuff. Look, a little Bleezy right here. What's up? And then we got some little figurines also too. Check them out. We got new molds coming to you. So yeah. We'll be selling. We're in stock right now at all the Ziggy Smoke Shop locations up in Northern California. I think it's Stockton. I want to say Tracy as well. Smoke shops in Santa Cruz, Sacramento, up in Oregon. We're down here in LA, Orange County as well too. So yeah, come check us out. Headed to smoke shops near you. Go get your little characters now. So yeah. Shout out to Nuggies. Give us a follow on Instagram at nuggies.us. I want to say is the Instagram page. Yeah, we're blowing up. We're coming big. So yeah, those are the new moles. Those are the new characters. We'll be releasing more coming up. But yeah, this has been episode 118. Y'all been dope. Peace. Until next time.
You know the fucking vibe.
Just pressing buttons. Let's get out of here. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in.